we're going to wait a second. I know some of you guys are looking for the link right now. Welcome to Faith Bible Church Children's Ministry, KidsMin. We have some little friends that we're going to show you guys today. But just as a reminder, we are going through this book, Theology. It's theology for those of you who don't realize that that's what it's saying. And we've been studying some of the attributes of God, some of just the basic theology, basic doctrines about who God is. And so today we're going to talk about how God is omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent. And you'll find these sections that we've been going over are in the first 8 sections of this book. So it's a great book. If you don't have it, you can grab one. Otherwise, you can just kind of follow along with us. Yay, I see some people came on. One of the other things that I want to show you guys that I'm super excited about, at the very end today, we're going to make this little Mother's Day card. Okay, I made it really simple, but you can add a lot to it. I thank God for you because, and then you'll get to fill in all of the reasons that you guys are thankful for your mamas. So it's a little heart balloon. Obviously, the big thing is the eyes. So we're going to make this at the end today. So if you want to go ahead and stay tuned for that. But today we have little friends. Who do we have, Eli?
The pollywogs.
The pollywogs. And where did these come from?
They came from a pond by our house.
Yeah. So I think, do you remember how many we had?
We had like 20 something.
Yeah, I don't know. We haven't found any that have died in here, but I feel like there's not as many as there were. So I don't know.
I seem like that because it's a bigger container and they might be hiding.
Yeah, maybe they're hiding. What's cool is, I don't know if you guys know much about pollywogs. You guys can look into these, or tadpoles. You can find them right now all over Menifee in a bunch of the ponds. And just depending on how old they are, you'll see what stage they're in. So these ones, their little tails are already shortening, and soon, hopefully, they'll start to get their legs. But when I was thinking about them today, I was thinking it's so amazing because God provides everything even these little tadpoles need. When we scooped up the water, we had a gallon of pretty much like sterile water that we had, and we just caught them, we put them in, and right away we actually saw, just from when we scooped a few of them out of the pond, there's all kinds of food already in there for them.
Uh-huh.
All kinds of little critter things. I don't know what they are, some kind of larva.
Grew. They actually grew bigger, and now they're eating them.
Yeah, and they're eating them, and we were giving them fish food at first, but they have pretty much their own system that helps take care of them just from the water that we scooped them up in. And so it was just making me think about the way that God takes care of all of us, because can these guys do anything if we pull them out of this water right now? No. They're going to die, right? There's nothing that they can do to help themselves survive. They don't create themselves. They don't create their own food. At this point, they can only chase their food, but even then, it's only if the food is right in front of them. They can't get out of the water and go to another pond if it's not there for them. So it's so neat to see how God provides for everything all over, all the animals, all of the creatures, and we see that even here. And in kind of a way, we have sort of the power of God in some ways with them, right? Because we have the power of their life or death in our hands. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
We know what they're going to become, although I don't think that they know that one day they're going to be frogs. Do you think they know?
I don't know.
I don't think they can even think about that. So we know what they are. We can see everything that they're doing, right?
Mm-hmm. It's cool.
And do they really provide anything for us?
No.
No.
Just laugh. Like enjoyment.
Entertainment. Yeah, their little mouths are so cute. You guys will have to.
Cutest
you'll have to come and see them when quarantine is over.
There's one.
So I just wanted to share those with you guys. If you guys catch any, let me know. And it's really fun to watch them. So we've had them for 3 weeks. And I think probably in the next week or two, hopefully we'll start to see some little legs sprouting. We've already seen some changes in them. But like I was saying today, we are going to be talking about some of the attributes of God. If you guys were here last week, we talked about how God is powerful. And the part of the word omni means all, right? So do you remember, you might not remember this, some animals are carnivores, some are herbivores, and some are omnivores. It means they eat everything. That omni means like everything, all. So when we say that God is omnipotent, I feel like I have to say it with an accent, omnipotent. When we say that God is omnipotent, it means that he is all powerful. He has all the power. Can you share that verse with us, Elijah?
It is he who made the earth by his power, who established the word by his wisdom, and by his understanding stretched out the heavens. Jeremiah 10:12.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, so he used his power. We've been talking about this when we talked about creation. We keep going over this because it is something so amazing about God, is that God made everything. Hudson was recently near the beach, and he saw those waves that have the bioluminescence in them. And right away, he knew God made that was because God made it. And so that's something that you guys just want to constantly be reminding yourselves of. God is powerful enough to make everything we see. Even though we humans can build houses, we can only build them with material that God made. So that's just an incredible thing about God, and we go more into that last week. So if you missed last week, you can hop on over and check that one out. The next one is God is omniscient. Do you think you know what that one means? So we already said that omni, that first part means all or every.
All-knowing?
Yeah, all-knowing. Good job. Omniscient means all-knowing. You want to read that verse for us?
You know when I sit down and when I rise up. You discern my thoughts from afar. Psalms 139:2.
Yeah. What do you think about that one?
It's saying that God can see everything that you do.
Yeah. I love this verse. If you are in sin, it can be kind of a scary verse to think about, right?
Mm-hmm.
So last night, a group of boys, separately, I'm sure they were wearing masks, came to the house, and they pulled a prank on my husband by putting peanut butter under his door handles and writing stuff on the windows and toilet papering his car, which we just scooped that up so we can use it later because that's hard to find right now. So thank you guys for that donation, right? So they did or I'm assuming maybe there was only one, but someone or a group of someones did quite a bit to his car. And guess what? God knew that they were going to do it, and God was watching them when they did it. And God was watching my husband while he was sleeping while they did it. It's hard to say if somebody else in this room was involved. So God is always watching you, and that's comforting to think because when you're scared, guess what? God is watching you. He sees you. He sees where you're at. And also, if you guys are not obeying your parents, you're not obeying God, he also sees that. So it's a promise and a warning. And God is omnipresent. What do you think that one means?
He's everywhere.
Yeah, you can kind of see that on that one. Good. Okay, what's the verse for this one?
The eyes of the Lord are in every place, watching the evil and the good. Proverbs 15:3.
So God is everywhere. He's with us all the time. He's omnipresent, right? And so I think this is a really comforting one, the most comforting. Although he sees everything that you're doing, God sees even into your heart. It's not just he physically sees you. He can see into your heart, into your mind, everything that is going on. And also, God is always with you, no matter where you're at. Where you're sitting right now, God is with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that can be really comforting when you're scared or when you're happy and you want to think how amazing it is that God is enjoying this moment with you. When you are on a walk in creation, when you guys are going hiking or camping, when you're at your house, when you're in your pool, God is with you all the time. So I just want to remind you of these three things that we were saying. God is omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent. He has all the power to do everything. He knows everything, and he is everywhere, all-consuming all the time. And I think that can be really encouraging for us to think about. Yeah? So today, we're kind of going to do a little extra thing. We're trying to keep these to about 15 minutes. So we're going to spend our last few minutes remembering one of the things that God knew is God knew what family he was going to put you into. God chose your parents for you, and God chose your family for you. He chose your younger sibling who is pestering you all the time for you to learn to love and be patient with. and for you to be a good leader too. And if you're a younger sibling, he chose your older sibling who is probably bossing you around all the time to teach you to submit when it's honoring to God, and to have a soft heart, and to show love even when somebody's maybe being mean to you. So right now you guys don't have a lot of opportunities with friends, except after this, you'll be able to join us on Ring Central and hang out. But God has picked your family for you for a special reason. And today, I just want to do something special since we won't have Sunday to do it. It makes me so sad. I already bought all these things for you guys for Mother's Day several months ago when I saw this stuff. So I'm going to have to save it for another thing. But today, we are going to make that card that I was showing you guys earlier. So if you want to grab a paper and a marker or a pencil, we are going to go ahead and make this together. Now, I said earlier, it's really all about the eyes. Like, how cute are those eyes? You can make pretty much any shape. I was making a heart balloon, but you can make a regular round balloon shape, any shape that you guys want. But I'm going to walk you through how to do this. So if you guys want to get your paper ready, the first thing that you're going to do is fold your paper in half. Okay? So you're going to take it and you're going to fold it in half. I'm not going to draw on this paper just so that way I have a hard surface. I'm going to use this book. But you're going to put it on the front cover of your paper. Yeah. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. And you only have to have one color, or you can go back and color it again. Okay, so the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw two really huge fat circles for the eyes. Okay, so there's one. And there's two.
Oh, this is not the color I thought it was.
And I like to, you can use this red. And I like to do my eyes first. That way, if I make them too big or too small, I can just adjust the rest of my picture to fit the eyes, because the eyes are the cutest part. Now I'm going to go ahead and start about a third the way, and I'm going to make this little curved line. Can you see that? So I have a little curved line.
Okay.
And then in this little curved line, I'm just going to do these little straight, oh, you can't see. I'm just going to do these little straight lines coming down like this. You can do how many you want. You can do a lot, you can do just a few, whatever your preference is. Okay, so hopefully you guys all have that. And you can go back and pause it too, if you need to later.
Okay.
And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make a fat circle and another circle. And I'm going to do the same thing. These are actually called catch lights in photography. So I'm going to make two circles like this. Hopefully you guys can see those. And we will do Ring Central after this. Somebody just messaged and asked. Yes, we are going to do Ring Central right after we're done with this. Okay, so if you guys are all caught up, this part will go pretty quickly for me because I'm using a pen. So if you get stuck behind because you're using a pencil or just a thinner pen, you can go back and fill this part in. But you're just going to fill in this area outside of those catch lights that you made. Okay, so your eye is going to look like that. I'm going to go ahead and fill both of mine in, but again, if I move on and you're not ready yet, just wait and go back and you can finish coloring that part later. Okay, so these are my eyes. I feel like I could just almost leave it like this because how cute are those eyes? They're cute, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, but I'm going to add a mouth. So I like to do my mouth pretty close to my eyes. I just like the little tiny squishy face. But let's see, right here. Do you see that? And then I just did like a little hook at the end of my mouth. Okay. So these eyes, again, I'm telling you, you can add these to anything and it's just like instant instant cuteness, right?
Yes.
It reminds me of Shopkins. It's like you can do anything with eyeballs and it makes it cute.
Mm-hmm.
So my other one was a heart shape. What shape do you think I should do?
A star.
A star. Okay. So if you're doing a heart and you have your eyes right now, I'm going to show you really quick. If you want to do a heart, you're just going to come from the middle peak and you're going to go up and around and down, and then go to the other side, up and around and down. Okay? If you want to do a star, this is going to be a little bit harder. You're going to start above the catchlight on one eye, go up. I like to round down. Then I'm going to come over here and just slightly kind of coming down, because I almost want these parts to look like little arms, because he's almost like a little person. Okay, do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's more of a starfish. But isn't he cute? Okay, and whatever shape you do, you can write, I think it's sweet to give reasons why you love and appreciate your mom. If you made a star, you could write something like, what do you think? More beautiful than a star, or you're a number one star.
You're stardust.
The corny stuff. You can do some stardust coming off of it if you want, with different colors, So this is how you do it. It's pretty easy. Again, if you were doing this one, so you can see I made a girl and I made a boy. The only difference is one of them has eyelashes. So I can turn this one into a girl. Although right now I feel like it reminds me so much of my Kai. This looks to me like my baby, because he loves stars. And you can just add the two little hooks right on this side. I'm not going to do it because I'm going to give this to him. Okay, so I hope that was fun for you guys. We're going to go ahead and hop over in Ring Central. Let me pull up the link for you guys right now. I have several people asking me which one it is.
So cute.
All I remember is that it starts with an 8, but my phone screen left the screen that it was on. Are you okay?
I just slammed my leg.
Let me see. 1 second. Sorry, guys. Why is this happening? I'm having technical malfunctions. Now I know I need to... Sorry, guys. I don't know why my phone won't pull it up right now. It's the same Ring Central that we've been using all this time. It's so funny. It's saved on my thing, and all of a sudden I cannot pull it up right now. So, sorry. Let me... It keeps just going back to the wrong message. Okay, maybe this is it. Okay, here we go. Sorry, guys. Okay, so we're going to be on the Ring Central, 823-476-447. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and move my computer over. Here, you guys can watch us line up or get on. Can you help move this, Stephanie? So again, that's 823-476-447, and I'm going to hop on over there for you guys.